There you go.
Wonderful.
Perfect. So, how are you today?
I'm doing pretty darn well. It's a little rainy here in LA today, but doing well regardless.
That's good. That's good. That's amazing. I mean, that's really good. Raining a little bit, it's fine. To refresh the weather. I mean, I'm super sure that for you guys, it's a little bit warm, isn't it?
It is warm. It's very nice, and I'm super excited just for the trees and plants to actually get some moisture. So that's exciting.
I love it. So, welcome to the show. It is so amazing and awesome to have someone as badass and epic as you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That's so kind.
So before we start, I have to give you a proper epic welcome. So if you have seen some of my episodes before, you know exactly what I'm about to do. If not, that's fine. Let me show you. So, there you go.
Thank you. That's really cute. I love it.
Perfect. I mean, we are kind of a small operation at the moment, but at some point we're going to have like live audience. So then when that happens, it's going to be even better. And even when we have like live audience, I'm going to still putting this effect just, for fun times.
Yeah, because it's super fun. How are you doing today?
Oh, well,
you yanked my earphones.
Yeah. I'm doing great. I'm doing super good. As I said, I've been waiting for this interview since last week, and now that it's happening, basically it's like it's a dream come true. So what better way to keep having an epic evening with an epic person to do so.
That's so sweet. Thank you so much, Dan. I appreciate that.
There you go. So starting with the whole interview now, tell me how your acting career started.
Oh gosh. So as long as I can remember, I've wanted to be an actor. Like there's a picture of me when I'm 2 years old, just like going like this, because like I already knew that I wanted to be an actor. And like everyone in my family was a little skeptical about it. They were like, don't you want to do like anything else? But as the years went by, the answer was no, I don't. So I'm still like taking classes to this day, and have just been doing as much as I can to like continue moving forward and learning, and I love it. And I hope to continue going for as long as I live, or at least until I can't do it anymore.
Absolutely. And you know what? I'm super sure that at some point we are. At some point we're going to see you everywhere. From the US to Mexico to Argentina to Germany, Japan, China, everywhere.
I hope so. I'm keeping my fingers crossed and putting in the work. Thank you.
So, in 2013, you were in Cabby and Untitled Bounty Hunter Project. Tell me, were those some of your first projects, and what are some of the things that you learned, from those first experiences?
They were. I was super young. I was fresh out of school, and I was just learning how to be on set, because most of my life I had done theater, which I loved, but it's just such a different medium. There's so much that goes on in film that's so collaborative, and you have to work with all these different things, and there's so much to learn. So I learned so much through both of those. Cabby, I got to be the title character, who seems like a sweet innocent lady, and then at the end there's a turn and it's nope, she's the killer, which was very exciting. And then Untitled Bounty Hunter Project, it was a very small role. I just played a lawyer, but I got to see how things worked on really big sets, and I was very excited about that. And it was just wonderful to learn things without being too involved, so I didn't embarrass myself too badly. It was a lot of fun though.
I love it. And then you were in The Suicide Pact, Chasing Ghosts, John Freeman Story, Exceptionals, Bedtime Scaries, Nightscape, Bound to Happen, Gerard, Peekaboo, Hunting May We Go, Three Files in the Widow's Web, The Benefits of Husbandry, The Nowhere People, Eye Candy, D20, The Series, Big Pink. The list goes on and on. It would take me hours to basically go to all of the amazing things that you have done. But tell me, how do you usually prepare a character? I understand, of course, that it depends on the role, right? But
yes.
What is the number one thing that basically sets you off into this whole process in which you're building the character?
Probably perspective. I think perspective is the most important thing for me. When I get to know my character, I want to know everything. What is my perspective on every single person? What is my perspective on the room? If I don't have any of the information in the script, I will come up with that information on my own, just so that the world around me is real, so I can live truthfully in imaginary circumstances, which is the Meisner thing, which I very much adhere to, and I think that's probably the most important thing when creating a character for me.
There you go. I love it. And what do you think it's important for character creation?
Oh, there are so many things that are important. I feel like, first and foremost, you kind of have to know like the very basics. Like you have to know like who is my character, and like what do they love, what do they hate, and then again the perspective, like what is my relationship with everything in the room, with every person in the room, and then just getting down to like the nitty gritty, like what is their life like, what is my life like as this person, and it's so important to be able to build up yourself as this person, so then you have all of that information to go off of. So if something like changes or you want to like try something different with the script, you still have that strong perspective from your character's point of view.
Love it. It's amazing. And what would you say it's an important aspect for storytelling?
Oh, I think it's hugely important to storytelling, just because each character, like whether they're big or small, like they contribute so much to the story.
Yeah.
And like they have their own little niche that's happening in the story that helps propel it forward, which is why they're there. And so like when you build up your character to the point where you really feel that you're living truthfully in like their persona, then it helps build up the story. Like every little piece around is just well done and flows well, and just contributes to the whole story as a whole.
Amazing. That is so cool. I mean, the fact that I do admire actors. I do admire what you do, because it is so cool. The fact that you are going to play in this world, and at the same time you are playing with this character, discovering the world that you are also discovering, but at the same time it's you who is discovering the character and the world as well. And also at the same time, when we the audience watch it, the chance that we can get immersed into that universe, and to care so much about the characters, like I think it happens to all of us that whenever we are watching like a TV show and we have like our favorite character, we are like, whenever our character is in danger, we're like, please don't die, please don't die, please don't die. You know what I mean? It is so cool. And I think that is kind of the whole magic. I mean, I would say it's magic because it's amazing.
Yeah, they call it movie magic for a reason, and it really is magical.
Yeah, totally. I think like when you have like a character that you care the most, it's so amazing. I mean, even the fact that you don't know anything about it, but you kind of feel relatable, it is so, it's beautiful,
Yeah, and I love that you feel that way as well, because like as an actor, I feel very invested whenever I watch anything. I'm just like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen? But it's great to hear like everyone is like, oh yeah, what happens? Even to this little character, they're like, why did they kill them? I love them.
Yeah, totally. Definitely, the show that I think that played with my feelings a lot was Game of Thrones, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard it's done that a lot.
Yeah, at some point I was like, I don't want to watch it anymore. It's killing me.
Oh gosh, but it's because you're so invested in the characters because they had such a good job. Yeah.
Exactly. Wow. So then in 2017, you were in even more projects. So. If These Walls Could Talk, Danny's Psycho, Figment, Punk of the Reaper, Zero City, Tomorrow, maybe Home Therapy, The Power of Three, Walt Guys, Toxic Zombie, Embrace the Horror, Oracle, The Meadow, A Story of Acceptance, B-Force, New Dawn of Victory. I mean, you're killing it here. You're basically doing everything. But tell me, like, what are some of the highlight moments that you can remember from those projects?
For Meadow Story of Acceptance, that was actually my first time doing voiceover work, which I haven't done a lot of, but that was a big highlight just because I'd never done that before, and it was really interesting to get in a character, and like you can't help but do like the little physicalities. Like I played this little like talking like this, and like you still find yourself doing that even though it's like nobody can see you. It's still like a fun thing that happens. V-Force New Dawn of Victory was kind of fun just because there was like some very big name actors on that project, and it was just cool to be able to realize like they've been through all of this before too, and like they've moved their way up, and like we can do this as well. Like we can move our way up, and like we're all like heading in a in our own direction. Also, that year was great because I did everything from like comedy to horror to drama, which was, I love that. Like being able to do all of the different genres. It's so fun.
I mean, as I was in here, I mean, you're basically doing everything.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, it's amazing. And tell me, like, what are some of the things that you enjoy the most when you do a horror project?
Ooh, when I do horror, gosh, the whole process is so fun. Everyone on set just has a blast. You can't not. I mean, like from prosthetics for getting like bloody makeup and everything. Makeup artists are amazing. To like being scared and then running. Like I love horror movies. I love haunted houses. I love like scary rides, and you like really feel the fear when you're living in the moment. But then once you're done, you're like, oh, I'm safe. But it's like kind of an adrenaline rush and really fun. I love all of it. Yeah,
it's amazing. And plus you get the chance. I mean, I remember in one of my interviews that I had, I mean, I asked this question, and then they were telling me that they love the fact that they can run, scream, and get all muddy, and you know, it's basically play like hide and seek in a very kind of sick way. You know what I mean? So
I love that. But yeah, it totally is, and it's playing pretend in like the most fun way.
Totally. But tell me, like, how you usually break character to return to be yourself. I mean, of course, the same thing. I understand that that it depends on the role, but like when you have like a very, let's say, like a horror, on a horror project, right? And then you have like this big chase, and it is, you know, thrilling and running and screaming and everything. Like, how you usually be like when the scene is done to be like, I'm good to go, I'm back.
So the hardest times for me it is to transition back is when I'm doing like a serious drama and I'm crying for a long time, just because that really does get to you mentally. Totally. So one thing that I like to do, and it's so cheesy, but I like to put on like some kids cartoons, snuggle my cat, and just like relax and be like, I'm safe, I'm okay, everything is okay, and then like just like check in with friends and everything, just like come back to reality and realize like it's just a part. I'm safe. Yes, I've been crying for hours, but it's not really anything that is wrong. It's just a role.
It's amazing. I mean, I love it. It's as I said before, I mean, it's so cool to create like this, like, you know, like this whole characters and to get involved that much, and it's amazing.
I love it, and like, yeah, it's really a cool just exercise in human study in of itself, because like, yeah, and I love that. Wow. Yeah.
Then in 2018, here we go again with our projects. So you were in Delilah, Love Eclectic, Dick Strange, American Made, Permission, then Easy Done, Alice Divided, Perfect Storm, Wonderland Murders, Spunk's Not Dead, Super Mean, Trinity, Bradley Wig and the Charlatans, Let's Go Out Tonight. I mean, wow. But like, tell me, like in general, what are some of the things that you like the most about acting?
Oh gosh, there's so much that I love about it. I mean, I love the fact that every single part of it is so important. I mean, the sound, the PAs, the lighting, the camera, like it's such a collaborative effort that everyone puts 110% in, and then you get this product. And then I love the fact that that product lasts forever as well. Like you look back and you're like, oh, I remember when we did that, and we may have had these little problems, but like this is what came of it, which is amazing. And then I also love the fact that I get to experience so much stuff that you normally wouldn't get to experience in life, or most people wouldn't get to experience in life because of all of these like scenarios that I'm put into. Like there's just so much of it that I really and truly love, which is why I'm doing this and nothing else, even though I'm sure anything else would be easier.
Absolutely. And like, what is the number one thing you always bring with you when you have to go to shoot a film?
Like on the way to it, or? I would say that I'm always excited about the new learning opportunities.
Totally.
And the fact that I get to meet new people, because I love people. I love meeting new people, and like learning different things about them, learning what they think about life, and then just learning how different people operate on different sets, and just exploring that world in general. I love all of that. Yeah, so that's what I bring with me when I go to set.
And what are some of the things that you usually like to do after a long, hectic day on set?
Bath, for sure. If there's a long, crazy day on set, I like a bath, and then just like relaxing and maybe doing a little bit of yoga, and then like either taking a nap or going to sleep. Those are my favorite things when it's a crazy day.
There you go. Yeah, I think it's the perfect way to close it. Totally.
Yeah. Just
Wow.
make everything nice and relaxed.
Yeah. And so this year you were in Vampires Need Love Too. I Need His Blood for My Poisons, Mount Adams, and Symphony, Clubhouse Horror Anthology. Tell me about this project.
So those projects, Vampires Need Loves Too and I Need His Blood for My Poisons, are both voiceover projects, which is exciting because, again, I haven't done very much of that, but I love doing it.
Yeah.
Mount Adams and Symphony are both horrors. I'm very excited about Symphony because it was actually created via Clubhouse, the app. You know, when everything was shut down, people like needed a way to interact with each other, so then they created the Clubhouse app. And filmmakers all over the world who weren't doing anything were like, why don't we just like get together and talk about it? And the man who is in charge of it all decided, like, let's make a horror anthology with people all over the world. So he's got people from England and New York and Los Angeles that created different shorts for this anthology. And it's got great reviews so far. I'm very excited about it. I love the project that I was involved with. It was a blast.
I love it. And tell me, like, what motivates you? I mean, we all have those days, right? In which we feel just terrible, and we just want to quit. We think that we have wasted our lives by doing something. You know, we will compare our careers with somebody else who is, you know, doing it differently, and then you just feel horrible, and then you feel like maybe nobody likes what I do. Like, what gets you out of this toxic bubble and to be like, you know what, F it, I'm just gonna continue to do the thing that makes me happy the most?
I would say just the fact that I've tried doing other things, and I don't have the passion or the love for it like I do acting. Like, I really, really love it. And even though, like, I've like definitely moved up, but I'm not where, like, I necessarily want to be. Like, I'm no Jennifer Lawrence or anything. It's like, it doesn't matter. I'm doing this to the best of my abilities, and I get rejected all the time. That's okay. I still try my best. I have fun with my auditions, and I just keep moving forward.
Amazing. And if you could describe your career at the moment on a movie, TV show, a book, or even a play, why not? And you know what? Also a video game as well. What would be the title of it?
Oh gosh. Slowly moving forward, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
And would it be like a movie or book, TV show?
I mean, I'd like to think of it as a video game just because I love video games. Just like you play and you're like, no matter what, you keep going, you keep fighting, you keep pushing forward.
I love it. Yeah. I like it. I think we might have an idea for a cool video game. You know, who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Video games are great.
Yeah, totally. And if you could describe your career, but this time on a drink, which one would you pick?
Like a real drink, or like a name a new drink?
You know what? Let's go for both.
Let's go for both. I love White Claw, so I'm gonna have to go with White Claw. I just, not even because it's just White Claw, but because like it's like fighting the claw, and then like white like has like a pure kind of thing. So it's like I'm trying to like stay pure and good, but I'm also fighting my way through it.
Love it.
So I'm gonna have to go with that. God, that kind of works for like making it up then too, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Perfect. And tell me, like, what can we expect from you in the future?
Hopefully you'll see me in more and more things. I'm hoping like one of these days to get on bigger TV shows and movies and just keep moving forward.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm super sure, as I said before, I mean, there's going to be a moment in which we're going to see you either on Marvel or DC or, yeah, absolutely. Or even in this huge, you know, video game franchise or company. Yeah, I mean, I'm super sure that there's going to be a point that we're going to see you basically like everywhere. And as I said here, it is so inspiring what you do. It's so amazing and so cool. I mean, you have been involved in a lot of stuff here. I mean, I'm super sure that if we talk about each project one by one, it's going to take us hours, probably days. So it is so amazing. And I want to make sure that you continue doing it. And also, I want to thank those for watching. I mean, if you're watching this later on YouTube or listening in on Spotify or Apple Music, I mean, normally what I would say is for you to put pause, then leave a like, subscribe, helps me a lot. Then hydrate and eat a cookie, why not? And then go follow this amazing, talented, super awesome actress here. Make sure that the whole world knows about her. I mean, let's make her trendy in all of our social media right now. I mean, let's bomb all social media and then come back. And thank you so much. Before I send you off, I need to send you off properly in a way. So let me start. Here we go. There you go. And yeah. And keep killing it, keep being amazing. And I'll see you in the next one.
Thank you so much, Dan. I really appreciate it. I had a wonderful time.
You too. Bye.
Bye.